Okay, so today's topic, I'll be talking about presentation and why this is so important to all of us. Okay, I see a lot of new agents. Okay, when they do presentation, they just become a human brochure. What do I mean by a human brochure? It means they just talk about things that can be found inside the brochure. If you present that way, it's very difficult for you to close the deal because I can just read the brochure. Why should I have an agent to serve me? So the responsibility of an agent, okay, is not to become a whole human brochure. It's actually to be something more meaningful. Okay, we need to build values, okay, for our clients. Okay, and in the same time, also build values for ourselves. So there are certain things that we should build upon so that when the client listen to you, they think that, oh, this guy is really good. I can trust him. I can buy from him. So this is the impression that we would want to give it to our client. All right. So let's start. So today's topic, we on presentation. Okay. So let me gauge all of you who have already done some presentation before on real estate. Can you write number 5 in the chat box below? You have already presented a project or property to your client. Okay. Oh, okay. I see a lot of people. 5. Okay, good. Have you ever experienced that during halfway of your presentation and then you do not know what to present anymore, and then there's a silence, or your brain actually become frozen? You don't know what to say anymore. Who have experienced that before? You write number 7 in the chat box below. Right? During presentation, suddenly you just freeze. Oh, I see a few 7s. Okay. So yeah, I know sometimes when you do presentation, your brain cannot function and then you do not know what to present anymore. I have a framework, I have a model to teach you. Okay, when you experience that kind of situation, you can always think of a triangle. Okay, this triangle will help you to know what to present next. And a lot of I think a lot of senior here, they have seen this triangle before. CY have seen that before, right? So, but of course, I see a lot of new people there, so I'll be doing this sharing from a beginner point of view, okay, from a new rent point of view. So this triangle is, I guess, okay. Oops. Okay, and then there's another triangle in the middle. So on the top part, it's always about the location. Okay, so the first point of building value is always talk about the location. So when you present a project, you have to understand the location very well. Okay, on the right hand side, it's about the developer. Okay, on the left hand side is on the pricing. In the middle is the product. Okay, so you look at this triangle, memorize it. Whenever you do presentation, always think of this triangle. Okay, now I need to talk about location. What about location that I should talk about? Okay, accessibility. Okay, center of gravity of a location. Okay, shopping malls, schools, okay, eateries, supermarket, grocery stores, highway access, KTM access, LRT access. All these are actually included in the location from looking at the location point of view. Okay, so and then we have another circle over here. This circle is yourself. So beside building value for the location, the developer, the pricing, and the product, you should build values for yourself also. So today session, I'll go through each and every one of them, and then we will apply the FBAT model and VF model on the presentation. So I talked about VFM and I talked about FBAT last week. So who actually remember what's FBAT? Can someone write in the chat box below? What's F? Hey, nobody. Fact or feature. B. What's B? Benefits, correct. A. What's A? Advantages. And what is T? Thank you, Derek. Feature, benefits, advantages, and testimonials. So let's write over here F B A T. Okay, remember this formula, yeah? And VFM. So what's VFM? Okay, can someone type it out? What's VFM? Yes, what's in it for me? Thank you, Alan. These people are hardworking students. Okay, they remember what I talked about last week. So we want to apply FBAT and VFM into the presentation triangle model. Okay, so first, I'll straight away write it down here. Okay, so it's easier for you to see. So location. So we talk about the accessibility. Okay, so accessibility, how convenient is it for me to get to that location? So today we'll talk about let's talk about Valadas. Okay, since we are going to launch another Bukit Jalil project next month. So today let's take Valadas as an example. How easy is it for me to get to Valadas? So I should always open up the map. Okay, let's type Pavilion, Bukit Jalil. And then let's look at this map over here. Okay. So this location over here. Okay. Okay, can I write something on the screen? Oh, cannot. Oh, never mind. Here. Okay, you see KL Wellness City Gallery over here. So this entire piece of land is where the Valadas is located. So to talk about this piece of land, first you talk about Pavilion Bukit Jalil. So we want to apply the FBAT model to Pavilion Bukit Jalil. Our project Valadas is just located opposite Pavilion Bukit Jalil. This is a fact. This is a feature. So what is the benefits? The benefits is from my condo, if I want to drive to Pavilion Bukit Jalil, it takes less than 5 minutes. Imagine yourself staying near Mid Valley and you drive to Mid Valley is also like less than 5 minutes. How popular is your condo going to be in the future? Very popular. Okay, imagine yourself right now, you own a condo just next to Mid Valley in Bangsa South, in KL Central, in Taman Seputeh. All this location, the price have already gone up like tenfold, okay, since like 10 or 20 years ago. You know, condo or houses, let's say houses in Bangsa used to be like 100,000 only. Now, the same house, you need to pay like 1.5 million to 2 million to own the same house. The capital operation is more than 10 times. Why? Because it's very accessible. Okay, Bangsa location is just next to Mid Valley. Okay, very near to Bangsa South, very near to KL Central, very near to a lot of the very good location. So similarly, okay, right now our site It's just located opposite Pavilion Bukit Jalil. Pavilion Bukit Jalil is still pretty new. So you can see the price in the surrounding, it has already been increasing. Okay, has already increased. But right now, because Valadas is pretty new, we are only selling like 700 per square feet. Whereas Pavilion Bukit Jalil is already selling at 1,000 ringgit per square feet. They already sold it like 900 to 1,000 like 3-4 years ago. So right now, when you buy a project, when do you actually make the profit? It's not when you sell it. It's actually when you buy it. Okay, so you have to write down this sentence. This is a very good script. As an investor, okay, I make the profit when I buy the property, not when I sell the property. So what do I mean by that? Is that you have to buy something that is already cheaper than the market price. So you have a buffer. So when you sell in the future, you can sell at current market rate and you still make money. Okay, let me draw some chart. Okay, I write down you make profit when you buy. Not when you sell. Okay, so let's draw something like this. This is current market rate. Market price, which is 1,000 ringgit per square feet already. Pavilion Bukit Jalil is already selling at 1,000 ringgit per square feet. You can actually do a research in iProperty. You can find the price 1,000 ringgit per square feet. But right now, our Valadas is only selling at 700 ringgit per square feet. Is Valadas. So you have a buffer, you see. If I draw a triangle like this, okay, and this is a red one. Okay, so you actually have this buffer. This is your profit. Okay, understand what I see? So when you buy, you already make money. You already make like the 300 ringgit profit already. So in the future, your neighbor is already selling 1,000 ringgit per square feet. Do you think you can sell 700 ringgit per square feet? Okay, so actually, I'm actually touching both points together. Okay, I'm tracing the pricing and actually location together. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm using the accessibility, the location, to talk about the price. Because of the location, okay, I can sell at this price. Okay, because when we invest in the property, location is very, very important. So it's always the number one thing that we talk about. So let's go back to accessibility. So from our side, I actually stay nearby. Okay. Today I just had meeting with a few of my team members in that area. Why? Because it's very convenient. I actually go to Bukit Jalil. I actually went here opposite the park. So you see this Jalan Jalil Perkasa one. There's a few hangout place over there. One is called recently opened in Tropica. Okay, I see Jing Jing nodding her head. You always hang out there? No. Okay, so I always hang out there. I like to hang out there, and I see a lot of Instagrammer, a lot of rich people actually hang out in that area. So this location is a rich man location. Okay, the property price over there is all more than 1,000 ringgit per square feet. And if you look at all these bungalow, this Apple Map. I don't know how to use. Never mind. So there are a lot of bungalows over here that are selling like 500 ringgit per square feet just for the land. just for the land is selling at 500 ringgit per square feet already. And it's more expensive than, sometimes it's more expensive than Damansara Height. So a lot of rich people are actually gathering in this location. So from here, if I want to go to the highway, it's actually very near. If you look at the yellow line above, that is Kesas Highway. That is Kesas Highway. So for me to go to KL, I just have to go to Kesas Highway, I turn right. Then you see I join into this road. And I go all the way up. That's KL already. If I zoom out, okay, you see. So accessing to the highway is actually very easy compared to a lot of location that is deep inside. I stay in Sri Kembangan. So to go out, I need to pass by all the Kampong Road. Then only I reach some of the highways. But from Bukit Jalil point of view, you come out, it's almost a highway already. Okay, on top of that, if I want to go to Puchong, okay, if you look at Pavilion over here, there's Pavilion. Okay, you look at the road 217. 217 is actually connecting to Puchong. So you see 217, you pass by Bandar Kinrara, you reach Puchong. So you reach IOI Mall and all the location over there. And after that, that's Subang Jaya already. And if I want to go to Subang Jaya, I also take the Kesas Highway. Here. I go to Kesas Highway, you see OG, this yellow road. I turn left, I go all the way, I can go to Sunway, I can go to Subang Jaya. If I want to go to Mid Valley, I turn right. If I want to go to OUG, I go straight. You look at this road, Jalan Awan Besar, you pass by OUG. OUG is actually a rich man place. A lot of rich Chinese is actually staying over there. Okay, so you go all the way, then you reach Oak Klang Road and Happy Garden already. So people who stay in Happy Garden, people who stay in OUG is similar to people who are staying in Sri Kembangan. Okay, they don't want to move out. They think that's the best location in the country. Okay, like my dad stay in Sri Kembangan and he doesn't want to move out. People who stay in Sri Petaling, they don't want to move out. People who stay in OUG, they don't want to move out. So for them, okay, if they want to invest in property for their children, they will find some of the location nearby. And Valadas is suitable for them. Okay, Valadas is over here because it's not too far away. So touching the benefits of investing into this location is for the future. When you want to sell, okay, people from OUG, people from all this location around, they will buy. And when you want to rent, okay, they also, because of its convenience, okay, you can rent to a lot of people who want to stay in this area. Actually, a lot of people want to stay in the area. Bukit Jalil is actually very popular, right? Yeah. Okay, and this is Valadas. So I want to touch about the new project also. Let me open up another map. Do I have Google Map? I have Google Map, sorry. Google Map easier. How do I highlight the screen? Oh, never mind. Okay, you search Pavilion Bukit Jalil. This is easier. Okay, so our next project that I want to talk about is in this location. You know where this is? You see Yifeng, this one? So it's actually this piece of land. Let me stop my sharing. I'll share in my... It's easier here. Let's go to Google Map from my computer. Search Pavilion Bukit Jalil. Open up the satellite. Okay. Can you see my screen? Okay, it's this piece of land. You see my mouse over here? So this is super, super nice location. Why? It's just behind Jialiu Link. It's opposite Laiming Xuexiao, the Chinese school. Okay, it's behind the trees. This is a tree shopping mall. Walking distance to Pavilion Bukit Jalil. And we have 4 phases over here. So the first phase that you will launch is this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I tell you, you should all be ready, okay, for this project, because according to Axim, we're going to launch it next month in August. Okay, and all the sizes is going to be small sizes. Studio unit 400 square feet and 2-bedroom 600 square feet. So even if selling at 800 to 900 per square feet, you are looking at about 300,000, 400,000 only. 400,000. So 300, 400,000 extreme quality property in this area is going to be very much sought after. And okay, you see the very expensive bungalow I talked about is over here. So it's just opposite. This one is very convenient. Walking distance to Pavilion Bukit Jalil, walking distance to LRT station. This is Awan Prasad LRT station. Walking distance to a lot of eateries over here. There are a lot of banks. There are Hong Leong Bank and Public Bank over here. If you come down here, okay, we have Hong Leong Bank, we have Public Bank. And then this is a piece of land. You see my screen, this one? Okay, so this is the piece of land we are talking about. So total there are 15 acres and there are 4 phases over here. So that's why I say we should all focus in this area, because why? You see Veladas, we have 4 phases over here. Veladas is going to be a bigger unit, is at 1,000 square feet. And then we have smaller unit over here. So it actually complements each other. Okay, it actually complements each other. One is small unit, one is big unit. So we can actually swing around. If you want big unit, go to Veladas. If you want small unit, come to Bukit Jalil, this area. Okay, so we at least talk about Super Jam. The road is too small. In fact, all the super nice location is going to be jam. This is one of the selling point. If that location is not jam, do not invest. Why? Because nobody is staying there. But I always go to Pavilion Bukit Jalil. I think during traffic peak hour, of course, is a big jam, but the rest of the day is okay. Okay, I go there like 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock is okay. It's not very jam. But 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning is going to be jam. 5, 6 o'clock is going to be jam. That is true for everywhere in the world. Okay, you go to Old Klang Road, you go to Jadam Puchong, you go to Sri Kembangan, you go to KL, you go to anywhere in Malaysia, during peak hour is going to be jam. If during peak hour that location is not jam, meaning nobody is staying there, so don't buy. The price is not going to be increased, not going to increase. The rental is also not going to be very good. Do you agree with me? Huh? Yeah. Yeah, at least it's going to be very jam. It's because it's peak hour and a lot of people are staying there. That's why you see the rental price is already going up like crazy. You know, in Pavilion, now the 1,000 square feet can rent like 4,000 ringgit already, 3,000 to 4,000. You look at Skylux. Skylux rental is also pretty good. Why so many people want to rent there? Because the location is really nice. Are they not worried about the jam? Yes, they are worried about jam, but still, they prefer a nicer location, a nice location than somewhere with no people, no jam, but it's far away. I mean, I tell you, even if you go to Semenye right now, it's also going to be jam during the peak hour. If you go to the Fugui Sanjuang Road, Jalan Semenye, during peak hour, it's also very jam. So even Semenye is jam already. Okay, not to mention this is Bukit Jalil. Okay. Any questions on the project or the map over here? So you see how you want to counter your client when they talk about jam, like Alice just now mentioned very jam. You have to be confidently, okay, say that anywhere that there are a lot of people who wants to stay is going to be jam. Why? A lot of people means traffic jam. No people means no traffic jam. A lot of people means capital appreciation, good rental rate. No people means no capital appreciation, no rental rate. This is common sense, ma. Okay. So whenever you want to present to your client and your client throw you an objection, you should actually confidently reply them in such a way. Okay. Okay, testimonial. Testimonial. What are the testimonials that you can give that whereby the location is very jam, but capital still appreciate? Let's talk about Bangsar South. Is Bangsar South traffic very jam? Okay, last time I worked in VSQ, the PJ beside Sheraton Hotel. If I wanted to go back to Sedang, I have to pass by Bangsar South. And sometimes it will take me 2 hours. Trapped in Federal Highway in front of Bangsar South. 2 hours during peak season. Peak hour, like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock time. Yet, you look at Bangsar South, is the rental doing well over there? Very well. You know, my unit in South Link, okay, 495 square feet, 1+1 bedroom. Now I heard is renting 2,500 already. Who told me? CY. Right? I think someone told me is renting at 2,500 already. Okay, the 2-bedroom is renting 3,000. My unit in Novum, 2-bedroom, 823 square feet, is renting 3,500. And then capital appreciate. I bought my unit at after discount 360,000. I sold at 480,000. I mean almost 100,000 profit because of that location. Yet it's very jam. And then what other area that I can talk about? Let's talk about Bukit Bintang, Pavilion Bukit Bintang. Is it jam? Very jam. Property price there is doing very well. Okay, the Pavilion Suites is selling at 3,000 ringgit per square feet. 3,000 ringgit per square feet. Yeah. Sunway. Let's talk about Sunway. Is Sunway jam? Sunway, you know, the one in front of Sunway Pyramid and that entire area. Is it jam? Very jam. I always go there and I cannot find car park. You know why? Because I send my son to Happy Fish. There's a swimming lesson, swimming pool area called Happy Fish over there in Sunway. Very rare I can find a car park. Always jam, always full of people. But you look at the property price over there in Sunway. Is it going up or going down? Look at the rental in Sunway. Is it going up or going down? All going up. Okay. So when you present, you always have to take testimonials for all this location. Don't worry about traffic jam. Okay. Why? Because even if you stay far away, you still have to pass by this area. Do you agree with me? Let's say you work in KL, okay, and you stay in Sedang. You still need to pass by Old Klang Road. You still need to pass by most of the location I talked about just now. Because I stay in Sedang, when I want to go to Mid Valley, okay, I have to pass by KL Seremban Highway. If I stay in Puchong, I want to go to Mid Valley, I have to pass by Jalan Puchong and Old Klang Road. But now, if I'm staying over there, my distance to my destination is shorter already. So even if jam, the time to reach my destination is actually shorter. Okay. So let me connect back my iPad again. So what I did just now is using FBAT and VFM on solving a objection. Okay. So I'm actually using FBAT which is feature, benefit, advantages, and testimonial, to solve the accessibility and traffic jam issue. Okay, because advantages mean you do comparison. Testimonial means you take example from another project, another location, and then you do a comparison. And then they'll think, yeah, if I want to invest, I should better invest in somewhere with traffic jam, not without traffic jam. Yeah, this is counterintuitive, but it's true. Okay. So what other things that I can talk about in terms of location? So Bukit Jalil is, I call it very centric. Okay, or we can call it center of gravity, COG. What do I mean by that? So I want you to always do this action when you present to your client. You open up Google Map. Okay, you put a location mark in the location that you want to sell. And then you zoom out. Okay, you see, I zoom out now. I zoom out. I zoom out. I zoom out. I zoom out. So what do you realize? What do you realize? It's in the center of Klang Valley. You see all the gray area? It's actually developed area. The green one is not developed, it's the jungle. KL is the one with the love one. You see here is expression. And then Bukit Jalil is here. You open up this map, you see. It's in the center. You want to go to KL on the north side, it's actually very near. You want to go to Shah Alam on the left-hand side, Kota Kemuning is very near. You want to go to south, Putrajaya, Cyberjaya, KLIA is also very near. You want to go to east Cheras area, Kajang area, I see Kajang area is over here. It's also very near. So the location is very centric, right? We call it the center of gravity. Okay? So location-wise, it's very, very good because if you work in north, you want to work in east, west, or south, if you stay in Pavilion Bukit Jalil area, it's very convenient. It's still very easy to go to the places that you want to. Imagine you don't know where you're going to work in the future in Klang Valley. Where do you want to stay? You want to stay in Putrajaya or you want to stay in Batu Cave area? What if you work in Cyberjaya and then you stay in Batu Cave? That's going to be a far distance, right? But staying in Pavilion Bukit Jalil area, which is the Valadas area, you can work anywhere in Klang Valley. It'll take you less than 30 minutes to go anywhere. Okay. So this is the center of gravity. Okay, centric location. Okay. And then we will talk about the highways also. We talk about highways. Here, highways, I already talked about Kesas Highway. Okay, the I call it the Puchong Highway lah. I don't know what it's called, but in front of the Jalan Puchong. No, Jalan Puchong is a road connecting to Puchong lah, from Velada side to Puchong. I'm not sure what's that road called, but that road is very convenient. I always travel using that road. So people from Sedang, from the south, if they want to go to Sunway, they use that road. Either Kesas or that let me check what's the road called. Oh, Lebuh Raya Bukit Jalil. Sorry. No. Lebuh Raya Bukit Jalil. So it's called Lebuh Raya Bukit Jalil. So connecting Bukit Jalil to Puchong. And along the way, you pass by Kinrara, you pass by Puchong Jaya, then you reach IOI Mall, you reach Sunway Medical Center, Sunway Monash University, Sunway University, Taylor's University. All this is in that area. Okay, so let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, So if you look at this map, in front of Pavilion, this road, if you go, this is called Lebuh Raya Bukit Jalil. I see Lebuh Raya Bukit Jalil. So you go all the way to the west, then you reach Puchong, and then you reach Sunway City. So this is Sunway City, Sunway Lagoon, Taylor's Universities, Sunway Medical Center, and all these are pretty near. You know, I travel this road almost every single day when I study in Taylor's College. And I can see the entire transformation along the road. There are a lot of properties along this Lebuh Raya Bukit Jalil. The price actually appreciated a lot. One of them is the one called by Trinity Group called Jazz Residence. My friend bought one unit 200,000. He sold at 600,000. So appreciated by 400,000 because of the highway. And right now, we are just in front at the head of the highway. Okay, which is here. Lebuh Raya Bukit Jalil. So in terms of location, there are a lot of things to talk about. Okay, so what I did is instead of just talking about it's located at Bukit Jalil or opposite Pavilion, I talk about the highways, how it can connect from Sri Kembangan, Bukit Jalil to Puchong, to Subang, to Sunway. Okay, how you can use Kesas to go to KL. On the left-hand side, go to Subang Jaya. Go to the north, you reach OUG, Happy Garden, and also Old Klang Road. From Old Klang Road, you can access to Mid Valley. And along all these roads, what you realize is there are a lot of good food along all this road. You agree with me? There are a lot of good food along all this road. You go to Puchong, there are a lot of dim sum over there. You go to OUG, there are a lot of good restaurant over there. Like I like to go to a restaurant in OUG selling pork noodles and always full of people. And I also go to a very considered quite new restaurant called Yifeng, and their curry laksa is pretty good. Yeah, Alice said yes, local food and cafes. So you have all these advantages of restaurants, okay, shopping center, you have pavilion, and then you also have the park. Let's talk about the park. You have the park. Let's use a green one. Okay, so opposite this location, there's a super big park. You look at it. Okay, this is the Bukit Jalil Recreational Park. And I always go there to do jogging. And you can see a lot of people, okay, doing exercise in this park every single morning and in the evening. Do you think a park is important for your capital appreciation of your property? I can do a comparison with New York Park. Yeah, you know, in New York, there are a lot of high-rise building, but those who is nearby to a park is very, very expensive and very, very sought after. Okay, let's talk about, you see, you search New York. This is New York Central Park. So you can do a comparison. Do you think all this property in this area, in this entire area, okay, those properties surrounding the park, do you think it's cheap or expensive? It's going to be crazily expensive, the most expensive in the world. Why? Because you have such a big park. Because in city right now, it's very difficult for you to find greeneries. So if you have a park, okay, people will want to move in. Just like Skylux, the rental demand here is super high. Pavilion is super high. Why? Because I can actually walk down across the road. I can go into one of the super big park in KL already. One of the biggest park in KL. So if you come back to Pavilion Bukit Jalil, this is a mini New York Central Park. Okay, mini New York Central Park. So all the location, all the property around this location is going to appreciate 10 years later. Okay, this has already happened. You look at all this bungalow over here, this Jalan Perkasa. You know, last time when they sold, I just talked to the developer staff that sold this project. It was only selling at 20 ringgit per square feet. 20 ringgit per square feet. Now it's 500 ringgit per square feet. Appreciate 25 times. And you look at the property around this area, they're all appreciated a lot. You look at these houses. Actually, my mom friend actually bought a few houses over here, Jalan Sutra. Last time is like, okay, semi-D, maybe 500,000, 600,000. Now it's a few million already. You go and iProperty and check. So right now, Valadas over here, we are just selling 700,000, 700 ringgit per square feet. So in the future, okay, I'm pretty confident that it will break 1,000 ringgit per square feet. Okay, maybe 10 years later. And that time you're making like maybe 300,000-400,000 from this property. Yeah, this definitely is going to happen. So park, sorry. So you see all these are actually is interlinked. The pricing and the location is interconnected. So you can talk about capital appreciation, rental yield, when you are talking about location, because they are interconnected. Because of the good location, you can fetch higher rental. Because of a good location, you can fetch higher capital appreciation. And this is exactly what I'm doing is VFM. Okay, I'm VFM to your client. What's in it for me? Why I need to worry about the location? Why I need to worry about price? Because in the future, whether you are buying it for investment or whether you are buying it for own stay, you still have to consider capital appreciation and rental yield, because who knows, one day when you don't want to stay in that area anymore, you want to rent out your unit and it's very popular, you can fetch a good rental yield. You don't want to stay in that location anymore, you want to sell, you can also easily sell your property in the sub-sale market and make a profit. In the future, if you want to have money for your children to go overseas, you can sell your property, you get a lump sum money back, right? And then you can use that as an education fund for your children. So this is VFM to your client, right? So now we go to any things else we can talk about location. Oh, we haven't talked about the shopping mall. Okay, let's talk about the shopping mall. Okay, this is not a small shopping mall, you know. It's not a grocery store. This is Pavilion. Okay, one of the biggest shopping mall in Malaysia. So you see, last time, before Pavilion Bukit Jalil time, people from this location, from Sedang, from Puchong, not Puchong, Sedang area, OUG area. Without Pavilion, where do they go normally? Where do they go? Okay, the Mines, IOI. I think people from OUG will go to Mid Valley. Mid Valley is pretty near. I mean, from OUG. From Sri Kembangan, I myself, I go to Mid Valley. Yeah, shopping mall. I don't go to Pearl Point. Because Pearl Point, there's no cinema. If you want to go watch a movie or have good food, normally people in the area, they will go to, okay, Mid Valley. They go to Mid Valley. So Mid Valley is very, very popular. Okay. If you've been to Mid Valley, you know it's very difficult to find car park in Mid Valley. Do you agree with me? Even during weekdays, the weekend, it's very difficult to find car park in Mid Valley. But right now, we have Pavilion Bukit Jalil, and a lot of the people, okay, in Sri Kembangan, in OUG, in Bukit Jalil, now they go to Pavilion Bukit Jalil. So it's actually capture a big market, you know. People from Kinrara even, okay, they go to Pavilion Bukit Jalil. And now, TGV just opened. I used to go to Mid Valley to watch movie all the time. Now I don't go to Mid Valley anymore. I go to Pavilion. I go to Pavilion Bukit Jalil to watch my movie. So it's like a magnet that attract a lot of people into this area. Okay. So in the future, your property is going to be very popular. Yeah, people ask what's VFM. VFM means what's in it for me around here. What's in it for me? Okay. So I can also take other shopping mall as a testimonial. Why Sunway property is getting good capital appreciation and rental yield? Because of Sunway Pyramid, the shopping mall. Why Mid Valley? Okay, why Bangsar South, Bangsar, KL Central, and all this, the property price actually appreciated a lot? It's because of Mid Valley, because of the KL Central, there's one shopping mall called New Central. Because of all this shopping mall, the property price in that vicinity actually appreciated a lot. You can take other states as an example also. You look at Penang, okay, property in the near the mall called Queensway Mall is very popular. Rental, I tell you, 1,000 square feet near Queensway Mall can rent 4,000 ringgit. In comparison with KL, is almost at the same level. Property price there also appreciated a lot because some of my friends actually bought some properties over there in the area, so I know. And then if you look at other states also, if there's a shopping mall, okay, the property next door will appreciate. It's the same. It's the same everywhere. Singapore, okay, those property along Orchard Road, because it's a shopping district, the property price appreciated like crazy. If you look at London, those property in Oxford Street, okay, in Piccadilly Circus, in that kind of area, it's very difficult you can buy anymore because the price is sky high. Okay, so right now, if you have an opportunity to buy something next to a shopping mall and you can afford it, by all means go and buy, because I assure you the property will appreciate definitely. Okay, so this is shopping mall. And now I also want you to imagine, you ask your client to imagine, during a weekend, okay, you want to go shopping. If shopping mall is very far away, you need to drive like half an hour. The likelihood of you going is lesser. But right now, because you can drive like 5 minutes across the road, you reach Pavilion already. So it's very convenient. You go there, okay, you do your shopping, you do your grocery, you go and have food. So your frequency of the shopping mall will be a lot higher. So your lifestyle become better, okay? Rather than just staying at home because of traffic jam. Now I can just drive 5 minutes. I save a lot of time, okay, to go to the shopping mall. Imagine if you go to Mid Valley during peak hour, you need to spend like 1-2 hours. Even from Sedang, sometimes I take about 1 hour to go to Mid Valley. But if I stay in Valadas, I can just drive across the road. I save like 1 hour time. Okay, time is precious. Okay, people always trade time with money and money with time. So right now, you save 1 hour every weekend. 1 month, you save 4 hours already, right? You save 4 hours already. To and fro, maybe you save 8 hours. So your quality of life become better. Do you agree with me? You see, people who's an employee and then they need to like travel to work. Every single day, they need to spend like 2 hours or 3 hours in the traffic. Imagine you want to stay 3 hours in the traffic. 1 week, 5 days, that's 15 hours. 4 weeks, that's 60 hours already. So 60 hours of your time is gone in a month because you're stuck in the traffic jam. But if you stay near your working place or near your eateries or near your shopping mall, you actually have a better quality of life because you spend less time, okay, in the traffic. Do you agree with me? how much time you actually spend in the traffic every single day. You calculate yourself. So if I buy a property, even though it's slightly more expensive, I have actually a better quality of life. And this is what matters in life. Not about, okay, saving money, is about having a better quality of life. So this point is also very important. I write down also. I write in orange color. Okay. Better quality of life. Okay. This is much, much more important than anything else. If you have a family, then you will know. Okay. Why you work so hard? Okay. Let's ask you why you work so hard for the money. Is it for the money? No, it's not for the money. It's what the money that can buy you that matters. Okay, the product and the service that you can buy with money that matters. So all of us work very hard. Actually, you think deeply. You think deeply. The money that we earn, we work so hard for, is actually doesn't mean anything. If I cannot exchange it with a product or with a service, right? You get a lot of money. If that money cannot buy you anything, what is that money for? So the ultimate goal of making money is actually to have a better quality of life. Do you agree with me? So buying a property in a very good location, which save you a lot of time in traffic, and you have a better neighborhood, better school, better shopping, better eateries, is equivalent to a better quality of life. So even though you spend a little bit more money, it's actually worthwhile because your life is different now. It's different now compared to your friends, compared to others. So this is a very powerful statement. A lot of people say, I want to save money. I want to save money. I want to save money. So you save so much money. What's it for? I ask you. You want to buy a cheaper condo? You save money. You eat cheaper food? You save money. Then you save all this money. What is this money for? It's to buy more good food, buy more good quality of life. But now you already have a good quality of life because you spend a little bit more money. So this is also very counterintuitive. So people who actually always save money, you ask them, actually, what is your ultimate goal of saving this money? Okay, yeah, maybe you buy somewhere cheaper, maybe 100,000 cheaper, 200,000 cheaper. Every month, you save 500 ringgit more on your investment, on your installment. So you ask them what's next. Yeah, you save 500. 1 year, you save 6,000 ringgit. So what are you going to use this 6,000 ringgit for? Who can answer this question? Okay, for people who want to save a lot of money, after you save that amount of money, what are you going to use that money for? A lot of people cannot understand answer, They say, yeah, why I save so much money? To spend, to spend so that you can have a better quality of life. Do you agree with me? To invest so that you can have more money and eventually to have a better quality of life. So, why I always ask these questions? My grandmom like to save a lot of money. So she's very rich, okay, have a lot of rental income. And she didn't spend a lot of money. She saved all her money. So she saved a few million ringgit Malaysia, okay, in her bank account for the entire life. She didn't buy good food for herself. She didn't buy good clothes for herself. She didn't travel. She just saved all the money. And at the age of 97, so she passed away 2 years ago. She passed away. And all the money distributed among the children. So for her whole life, she spent her whole life saving money, but she didn't spend the money. And she's gone already. Yeah. So you can say she derives satisfaction from saving the money, but I think if she spend wisely to improve her own quality of life, her life will be like better, I would say. Okay, better. And I tell you one thing, people who willing to spend on themselves, they normally make more money. This is a phenomena that I realized in IQI. Those people who always don't dare to spend, they don't make a lot of money. People who dare to spend, they buy good cars, good food, good bags, good Rolex, and eventually they make a lot more money. This is law of attraction. Why? Because if I don't dare to spend the money, why for I want to have so much money? So your motivation to make more money is lower. Why am I talking about this? It's because when you are presenting to your client and you talk about this, then they will start thinking, okay, I should invest in a better quality house. I shouldn't invest into affordable homes. I invest into quality of life. And if you invest into extreme product, you will have a better quality of life. You see the connection? Okay. So these are some of the very good points that when you do presentation, you are building a lot of this kind of philosophy on your client. Then you think, actually it makes sense. I shouldn't be so kiamsiap. I should spend more on myself. Right? Yeah, a lot of people actually agree with me in the chat room. Okay. So what else about location that I can talk about? This most of it. I talk about restaurant, eateries, shopping malls, accessibility, highway, center of location, park. Yeah, I cover quite a lot of things in location already. So the next thing that I want to talk about is, oh yeah, Alan, thank you for reminding. Education. Education. Okay, this location is very good to talk about education. Okay, because why? One of the most famous Chinese primary school is in this area. It's called the SJKC Liming Xiaoxue. Okay, a lot of people, a lot of parents, okay, because they want to send their children to Liming, they actually buy properties around this area. Okay, if you're IC or you own a property in this area, the chances of your children getting into Liming is a lot higher. Okay, this is how the education system works. So, in fact, if you stay in Valadas, it's actually pretty near to Liming Xiaoxue. Okay, you don't underestimate the power of good primary school. Yeah, people are willing to spend a lot of money, okay, to give their children good education. And this school is pretty nice school. If you go in and see, you look at the photos, you look at this quality. Because it's a rich man's school, all the parents there are pretty well off. So they can actually donate a lot of money to the school. So they can build this kind of facilities. I remember my primary school doesn't have this kind of facilities. If you look at the hall, pretty nice. You see it? This primary school. I remember they have swimming pools. They actually have swimming pool in this primary school. So you can show this photo to your client. I mean, do you want to send your children to this kind of school? Yeah. I want to send my children to this kind of school. It has swimming pool. A primary school has swimming pool. Okay. And then there's another school behind Valadas. Okay, this is Valadas. there's another international school over here, which is just a stone throw away, you see? Veladas is on the right-hand side. The Tzu Chi International School is over here. And this is also a very nice school. This is an international school. Okay, also have swimming pool. Okay, very good facilities. You look at this, it looks like a modern shopping mall, you know. This is a school. Yeah. So some of my friend they send the children to this school also. Okay. It's by Tzu Chi lah. Tzu Chi is from Taiwan. But it's an international school. So they also teach like international English. Okay, English and Mandarin. So your son, if you send them, or your children, if you send them to this school, they can be good in Chinese and also in English. Yep. So education. Let's write down. Okay. So right now let's talk about developer. His developer. So when you want to buy something, okay, you should really choose from the good and reputable developer. Okay, why? Because regardless of the location, if your developer sucks, okay, they produce something not nice or of very low quality, it's also very difficult for the capital to appreciate. And it's very difficult to rent it out. This is coming from my own personal experience. I own a unit in Sky Suites. You know where Sky Suites? Let me show you where Sky Suites are. Okay. This is Sky Suites. And this is KLCC. You see? This is Sky Suite. On the right hand side is KLCC. Can you see? This, okay, this is Sky Suite. You walk across the road. This is KLCC. Still cannot see. Okay. This is KLCC. This is Sky Suite. It's just across the road. You throw a stone, you can hit KLCC already. Very, very near. But there's a big but. Because the developer sucks. Okay. I cannot sell. Not right now, I still cannot sell the unit. I cannot rent out. I ran out at a very low price. 2007 for 1 million property in KLCC. 2,700 ringgit only. 2 bedrooms. My 2-bedroom in Bangsar South, I'm renting at 3,500. Okay. This one, I'm only renting at 2,007. My South Link unit, 400 square feet, I also rent 2,500 already in Bangsar South. Why? Location is superb. It's because I think the developer is quite irresponsible. The facilities, yeah, up till now, I already got my keys for 3 years. The swimming pool is not open yet. Okay, there's no swimming pool. There's a swimming pool, but I cannot use. The developer actually sold the swimming pool together with all the facilities to a third party. So the residents who are paying the maintenance fees cannot use the swimming pool. So my Airbnb guests also cannot use the swimming pool. So that's why the rental rate is low. Also, it's very difficult for you to sell in the subsale market. So developer is no good. But, okay, across the road, if you go down, there's another project called Scarlett's. It's by Exim. You know Exim, the same unit, the dual key unit, from the Airbnb income, the owner is getting 5,000 ringgit net per month. 5,000 ringgit. Also 1 million. But KLCC Sky Suite 1 million, get 2,500 only. Half the price, you know. You buy at the same price, but the rental yield is half. Why? If you look at Scarlett's, if you look at all these photos, it's so nice. Look at the swimming pool, look at the unit, okay, look at the lobby, look at the view. It's Scarlett's by Exim. Because of the quality of the developer, okay, and they are very responsible. They actually even have mana counter. Okay, they have a dedicated counter for your Airbnb guests to check in. That's why it can fetch a very good price. Okay, look at this. Although the location is not as good as Sky Suites, but yet the income is much more than Sky Suites. Okay, because the developer is responsible and then they want to produce good quality products to their clients. Are you with me here? So these are the way that you can build values for your developers. Okay. And then look at Ceylons. You just go to Google Map. I'm just using Google Map. Hey, why cannot type? Okay. You look at Ceylons and then you take photos. Look at the quality. You know, Ceylon's occupancy rate is very high. It's almost like 90%. Okay. Dual key unit, they can get like 4,000-5,000 ringgit, even 6,000 ringgit back for owners. Okay. So Ceylons and Scarlett is run by my team for the Airbnb, Mikey team. So here you can see a lot of our Mikey clients who posted the photos. And then for those who want to view Ceylon's photos, you can go to Instagram. Wait a while. Hey, I thought I logged in already. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. I go to the website. Okay, you see Ceylons by Mikey. So you see all these beautiful ladies. These are Mikey guests. Oh, need to log in. Never mind. You just go and search Ceylons by Mikey and Scarlett's by Mikey. You can see a lot of photos. These are done by my staff. And then you can see the quality of clients that stay over there. Okay. So the developer actually, in terms of quality of work, I think it's top notch. Okay. And in terms of responsibility, it's also top notch. Why I say so? Because I also bought a lot of properties. In fact, I bought 15 properties myself under my personal name. So I've seen a lot of developers. Some of them are quite irresponsible. Okay. So after a few years, okay, the whole building actually just worn out. And then your price start to drop. And then your rental also start to drop. But Exim is one of the developer who actually take good care of their properties. Okay, if they are the management of the body of the building, they take care of them very well. And even after like 10 years, they still go back and repair some of the things that they have gone wrong. For example, the lifts. Okay, during one of the day, it rained really heavily, and the drain actually stuck, and then the water actually overflow. By right, okay, Exim has no more obligation on this project because it's already 10 years, but yet they still send a team to go and repair that. Not a lot of people, not a lot of developers actually do that. And then when Exim actually hand over Petters, okay, Mr. Lim think that the quality of work is not good enough. So he also spent 1 more million, okay, do a lot of touch-up work for their clients. In fact, he also had no obligation anymore. But yet, okay, he out of his own good view, he actually spent the money to actually improve the quality of the product. And then one thing you see, expressions actually give GR. Let me talk about expression now. Okay, let's look at expression. Expression is also one of Exim property. So what you can do when you're doing presentation, you can actually show Google Map like this. These are all Exim product. So if you look at Exim, you see these are all, I uploaded all these photos, this is by Mikey. I actually took all these photos. So you go to expression, okay, you can see all these photos. Very nice condos. Okay, I actually, this is one of IQI agent. I asked her to help me to take the photos over there. Okay, this Mikey Cafe, I actually spent money to renovate this location. So, what I'm trying to say is, the developer actually gave GRR, okay, promised 6% GRR for the clients. A lot of developer out there during MCO, okay, they actually 扎手, you see, so they don't give the 6%. But yet Exim, okay, they still give the GR, okay, for 5 years. They actually fulfill their own obligation. So from this point of view, you can see that Exim is really responsible. A lot of developer out there, they just went away and say, okay, MCO is a natural disaster. Okay, nothing to do with me, so I can actually don't pay the GR. But yet Exim actually fulfill their own obligation. So this is a very responsible developer. Who actually uploaded this? Like, yeah, look at the quality. I actually stayed there for a year. I stayed in Expression for a year. So I really like the location and the quality of work, you see. This one with the bathtub actually fetch very good rental yield. You look at this. Yeah, look at night view. Very nice. So this is how you actually build the value for the developer. Okay, not just okay. This is by Exim. They are very reputable. They have good product. No, go deeper. Talk about the project itself. Talk about the responsibility. Talk about the willingness of the developer to go extra mile, okay, to satisfy their clients. I also have one story. I have one client who bought Nidos. Okay, Nidos is also by Exim. And then the tiles, okay, they are not satisfied with the tiles because the tiles, I think the quality is not so good. So you know what Exim did? The Exim actually changed the whole unit for him. He removed all the existing tiles, changed a new one for him. Okay, so by right, they don't need to do that because, from my point of view, the tiles is okay. But because also they want to maintain their quality, they actually do this out of good view. They change the whole thing for the client. Of course, you don't tell your client to always complain and ask for developer to change the whole thing lah. This is one of the cases that I actually witnessed myself. Yeah, that's why I have full confidence on Exim that will really take care of their clients. Okay, if you look at Millers, for some of you actually stay in Millers. A lot of people complain about the design of the industrial look. Exim also hire another designer to redesign the ceiling. So for those who do not know, they actually install some new paneling on top of the ceiling, below the ceiling, to make the whole thing nicer. So they are willing to listen, okay, and do the necessary repair work for their clients. So these are the stories that you can actually tell your client. Yeah. And then, of course, you can show other photos of Exim product like Nidos. You know, Nidos actually have a mini zoo inside. Okay, this is Nidos. You look at the swimming pool, it's super nice. I always go there to swim because I own a unit over there. The swimming pool is very, very nice. And you know what? You have 1,200 units over there, all fully rented out, fully occupied. If you don't believe me, at night you go through KL Serangoon Highway, you look at Nidos, the lights, there are a lot of lights. Okay, turn on that building itself, meaning that a lot of people are staying there. Some of the building you see is dark one, okay, not a lot of people turning on lights, but this one is actually fully occupied. My team I actually have a sub-sale team over there. 一房难求, okay, very difficult to find even a unit over there. Okay, there are a lot of photos you can showcase to your client over here. They even have a mini zoo. Okay, you can actually go to my website. I actually did a website called elite1global.com. elite1global.com. Okay, you can actually copy this website. And then you can go to properties. I put a lot of video over here. You can actually look at it. Where's Nidos? You see, I actually went there and took a video. Oh, content not supported. Never mind. You can actually go in and have a look lah. Okay, or later I share after I finish. Okay, so this is how you build value for the developers. You mention all their past projects, their responsibility, their willingness to listen, and all this. And this is very important because buying property is a long-term game. You don't want like 5 years later, the whole building actually become rundown, and the developer just disappear. Don't know who to find. We do not want that to happen. We want a developer who is here to stay. Okay, on hand we have 30 billion project upcoming. So definitely for the next 10 years, 20 years, or even 30 years, Exim is going to be in the market. So you don't have to worry about the developer disappear suddenly, which happens to a lot of small developers. They build one project and then they disappear. So Exim is here to stay. Okay. And when Exim reputation becomes stronger, your property will also appreciate in price. Okay, this is what happening in Nidos, happening in Millers, happening in Tatters and all this project. They actually fetch very good price. I just sold one unit of Ceylons. Okay, people buy even though it's sub-sale already. Our friend Wayne just sold one unit of Scarlets in the sub-sale market. The buyer actually made 150,000 profit from there. Okay. And finally, okay, it's a product. Okay, so you see why I put the product at the end. In fact, if you build a lot of value for location, for developer, and for pricing, okay, then the product will speak for itself already. You don't need to push the product; they will buy already. Okay. Hey, are you seeing my screen right now? Oh, you're not seeing my screen. Oh, yeah, I'll share again. Okay, you can see right now, right? Okay, good. So when you build enough values for location, for developer, and for pricing, then product is very easy. Because this product is pretty good already. Okay, very practical layout, 1,000 square feet, 3 bedrooms, and then with very good facilities. Okay, now they upgraded to the Z series. They even give you partially furnished furnishing. So product, no issue. So we want to talk about the layout. So we go into Atlas, we get the layout plan, and then you talk about the layout. So how do we talk about the layout? The layout, you can say, is actually very practical. Okay, 3 bedrooms, 1,000 square feet. Okay, it's very practical for a family. Imagine you have 2 children. Okay, one kid can have 1 room. Okay, so you can have a small family. Of course, in the future, if you want to have 3 children, okay, you need to upgrade lah. Okay, but right now, I don't think a lot of people want to have more than two kids right, for the new family. So it's suitable for a mid-sized family. Yep. So later we can open up the brochure and then we talk about the product itself. But before that, I want to talk about yourself. So during your presentation, you can also incorporate a lot of elements about yourself. For example, why should I buy from you? Okay, Dave Chong, and not from the other agent. Why? So in your presentation, you need to talk a lot about stories about yourself. For example, I always like to talk about my background. I say, okay, I graduated from London. I was a civil engineer. And then during in year 2010, I came back to Malaysia to start my own business. And during the first year of my business, I actually made 100,000 profit. And then I invested into properties. The first property that I bought was in Mont Kiara, called Mont Kiara Palma. I rented out 4,008, whereby my installment was only 2,005. So I'm getting 2,300 ringgit passive income at that time. So I was thinking, wow, invest in property is not bad. I can get passive income. So I invest a second property, I invest a third property, and I invest a fourth property, all in Mont Kiara, all giving me very good rental yield. And then I become an agent. Okay, and I started selling property because I know how to define a good property. You see, this less than 1 minute, I talk about myself. First, I graduated from London. Okay, I was a civil engineer. And then I am a businessman because I made profit from my business and I invested into properties myself. And I own 4 properties in Mont Kiara. So what kind of impression that I give you just now? You think that, this guy actually is an investor and he know how to invest, right? So I don't talk about, hey, I'm a very good agent, I am a very good investor. I use story to bring out the value of myself. Okay. So here you can use 2 ways to build value for yourself. One, if you have story, you tell story about yourself. Story of yourself. If let's say some of the agents say, hey, I don't have story to tell, I'm very new in this industry, borrow story. I'm pretty sure you have friends who are very good in investing in properties. Borrow their stories. So I always borrow my friend's story. He bought a Zest residence for 200,000, sold at 600,000. Get 400,000 profit. You can borrow my story. I bought 4 units in Mont Kiara. Okay, I sold two units last year and I make like 200,000 each. I sold 1 unit of South Link. I bought at 360,000. I sold at 480,000. I made about 100,000 profit. After deducting tax, I make my 70,000. You can borrow my story. So when you talk stories, okay, There's a saying, story sells. Okay, story sells. People like to listen to story. And then indirectly, you are building value for yourself through your stories. Okay, people know you. This guy is not bad, no? He himself invested into 15 properties. He actually made money in property investment. So they know that subconsciously, they know that they can trust you because of the story that you actually presented. Yeah. So this part, a lot of agents actually ignore. They just talk about the products, they just talk about the projects, but they forget to actually talk about their own story. So I always educate my agent during your presentation, always mention a bit about yourself. What are some of the good stories to tell about yourself? And through that way, you build a lot of trust, okay, between you and your client. Okay, so far so good. Cool. All right. So I think layout for the product layout is very simple. You just go to Atlas, download the layout plan. Okay, how you present the layout is talk about the practicality, like how I mentioned just now. Okay, so we have covered location, we have covered developer, we have covered pricing, we have covered product, and we have covered yourself. So this is a complete framework, okay, for a presentation to build value. Okay, and then we have covered all these things now. You make profit when you buy, not when you sell. Okay, and when you invest in your property, think about the quality of life that you can achieve. All this can add a lot of points into your presentation. All right. Any questions? So, okay, there's an exercise for you. I want you to take out a piece of paper, okay, and then draw this thing, because if you draw, then you can remember. You can follow me. I want you to draw a triangle like this. Okay. And then another triangle in the middle, like this. Okay. And then use another color, or if you have on a paper, just use another color, maybe red or blue. Here, write location. Here on the right hand side, write developer. Here, pricing. In the middle, product. And then here, draw a circle. And write yourself. So that actually completes your presentation framework. So whenever you go to meet a client and you want to do a presentation and you don't know what to present, okay, I want you to imagine this triangle and the circle. Okay. On the top side, location. Then I talk about location. So location, you talk about accessibility, you talk about shopping mall, you talk about education, you talk about eateries, you talk about groceries, you talk about the highways. There are a lot of things to talk about. And then always apply the FPAT model and the VFM model into your presentation. And your presentation will be very powerful. Okay. And the chances of you closing the deal will be a lot higher if you use this kind of method to do presentation. And it applies to calling as well. All right. So far, so good. So if you think this presentation have helped you, can you put a number 8 in the chat box below? Cool. You're still here. So what I want to say is there's no shortcut to success. Okay. In our industry, we need to build our own fundamental. Okay, fundamental in leads generation, in calling and in presentation and closing. So once you master all these steps, then you become one of the top sales. And once you have done that, you just duplicate your sales set to your downline, to your team, and then you can actually duplicate your own success. And this is how you achieve success in this industry. So I believe all of you, okay, who are still here, okay, there are 37 of you who are still here. Okay, you want to achieve something in life, right? Correct? You want to achieve good lifestyle, you want to achieve more money, you want to have respect, you want to get awards, you want to go traveling. So this is a chance, okay, for you to achieve all these things, okay? Not for the money, but, okay, for your own personal development. I always believe that once you have developed your skill set and your knowledge, okay, eventually money will come. 迟早的问题罢了，你赚钱 okay, eventually money will come. So don't think too much, okay? Every single day, do something that will improve yourself. And once you have done that, I believe that you close a lot of deals, okay? And then you gain your client respect, and eventually you make a lot of money. So this is what I always believe in. So in Elite One, there's a motto. We say we want to transform life through personal development and financial success. So this is why I insist on carrying out Elite One Academy on a weekly basis, so that all of us, okay, we can learn together, we can grow together, and I can actually pass down what I actually learned from the past 10 years from this industry to all of you, so that you can have the same success. Right? So any more questions? Hi, Noriha. Yeah. Any more questions? So what you learned today, try to practice it with your friends and family members. Okay, when you go back, when you meet them. Okay, always think about the triangle. I'll send this into the group, and then you can print it out and put it in your desk, and then practice it every single day. And that will greatly improve your own presentation skill. There are a lot of people who actually have a lot of appointment, but they could not close the deal. This might be the reason. Okay, your presentation is too dull and have too less like values inside. You are just a human brochure. That's why you cannot click with your client, and you cannot create a very strong impression on your client mind. That's why you cannot close the deal. That might be one of the reasons. I see a lot of top sales, okay? They all have their own way of presenting that can create a strong impression on their client. This is what I want you to learn today. And when you go out there, you meet people, I want you to wow them. Okay, wow them until what kind of level? Is that if they are a boss or a business owner, they say, come to my team, be my business manager, be my sales manager, help me to grow my sales team. I offer you 30,000 ringgit salary. I want you to have this kind of response, because this is what I experienced before. Last time when I was doing personal sales, one of the public listed company general manager actually offered me 30,000 salary to go over to their company and become the sales manager. Yeah. So you want to have that kind of level of confidence and capability to impress on your client. And that is when you will have success in your sales career. All right, any more questions? It's a long night. I think I've presented for 1 hour, 40 minutes. Yeah. No more questions? So if there's no more questions, thank you very much for coming today. I hope you have learned something. So if you learned something, maybe you go to my Instagram. My Instagram is DayCKW. Okay, you can take a screenshot and then tag me. Okay. Or before we leave, maybe if you are still here, turn on your webcam. We can take a group photo together. Okay, FBET is feature, benefits, advantages, and testimonial. Okay, look at the camera. 3, 2, 1, smile. Okay, one more. Wait, let me save a photo first. Okay, 3, 2, 1, smile. Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for coming today and have a nice night ahead. Bye bye, everyone. Bye bye.